Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. I'm going to be repeating myself, I think, a couple of times here because there's so much that needs to be said over and over again. We are in a problem situation in this country and in the world. And the leaders, as I've said before, are not leading. They're leading us in a very poor way, directing us to violence and hatred and vengeance and attacks on people who can't defend themselves, the disenfranchised, the vulnerable. It's not a good way. It's not a good place we're going. This war in the Ukraine shows not only the horrors of war, but the attitudes, the ideas behind what starts major conflicts. 700,000 Russian soldiers are dead or maimed or imprisoned, or plus I don't know how many Ukrainians, how many civilians. Everybody talks about women and children. Who sheds a tear about them? Who does? Does anybody shed tears of these people who have no longer have lives to live? They're usually younger people. The civilians are many times the elderly who can't get out of those cities, and even those who, go into secure locations are bombed and destroyed. Hospitals, children's hospitals, the Russians hit. Look at the Middle East thing, the horrible situation there, the attacks on civilians, both sides. Hamas starting this horrible situation. All based on hatred. Hatred from what? Because people want to take advantage of other people. It's not going to get better until we get better as a society. And that's one of the foundational issues I'm going to talk about more often than not. Whether there's much of a viewership or not, because it's critical. These leaders are not going to help us. Only we can help ourselves. We, the majority of people who want a better world, a better society, not just in the United States, but all over the world. We're part of the human race. It's all people need to have decency, respect, honor, same values I harp on all the time. I don't know if it falls on deaf ears, I don't know. But it shouldn't. We have to see that there's a better way. We have to see that in order to make it a better way. Have to believe that there's a better way. And that's why I criticize so much the religious leaders of today, and in the past too. World War II, the religious leaders did not show, did not act, did not provide the guidance to change, to adapt, to modify the hatred and the vitriol and the anger. Matter of fact, they supported much of it, promoted it. That's how Hitler, had many of the Christian leaders on his side. It's a complex thing. We can't make it complex. We know what is right and you know what is wrong. It's pretty simple. But people get confused over the internet or whatever excuse they want, and they get confused, and they don't see what evil is. They don't see where this situation is leading. And I'm not saying it's going to World War III, and, these media stations promote that all the time. Because if it does go to World War III, there's no end. There's no bennies. There's no positive. Even those clowns who start it aren't going to end up. What do they got? They walk out of their bunkers and they got 200-300 years of hell in front of them. It makes no sense. It's stupid, idiotic. Only the totally insane would do something like that. But, are we being led by insane people? Are we being, who do we bring in to lead us to a better place? We have to take charge of that. We have to cultivate that, even if it's not in the immediate future. It is for the future of our children and grandchildren. Character matters. Cultivate that in your life and in your children and in other people. Talk about it. Engage in it. Character matters. It matters. And with the wealth, a tremendous amount of wealth in the hands of so few, it's not easy to find character. Money and power warp the mind. It warps the intellect. Power especially. Go to the good. That is the calling. That is the mantra. That is what we have to do. Go to the good. Value. Bring that, that's not an old adage or something from the past. That's today. That's real. It's not a conservative crapola thing that these nuts talk about. It's right here. It's real. Everybody has it. They have value. They have character. They're decent people. Let's promote it. Let's use it. Use our positive energy, our mental abilities to promote quality, talk about quality, engage in it, not fear and hatred and vitriol and trying to chase people out of countries and do all this nonsense for what? Do what's right. Honor. You can't protect everybody. It isn't that easy. It's not a everything goes world one way or the other. Everything is beautiful. But it takes good people to work hard and attack the challenges before us and fight the evil influences. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's emotional, but we have to do it. Go to the good. Keep hope alive. It's what I'm going to repeat a lot in these clips with raining, because we have to. It's us. We're the majority. We have the power. We have to unite socially, intellectually, spiritually to do it. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Hit the like button. Send it on to somebody if you think it has some value to somebody. Comment. We are blessed in many ways. Let us enjoy those blessings, promote those blessings, encourage those blessings, that others can enjoy them too. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.